Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Hey, hi.
Hi, hi, hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm good, I'm good. Hope I'm audible to everyone.
I hope my voice is audible.
Yeah, yeah, your voice is clear to me. Okay. So it's already
Right.
11. We can start. First of all, congratulations on your investment of 2 crores.
Thank you so much. I mean, the credit goes to the whole team for the hard work they have been putting
Mhm.
in to grow the brand, and I think
Mhm.
everyone deserves it.
Yeah, true. So it's a team effort after all
Right.
when it comes to business. So let's start. Let's talk about you first of all. What's your journey like? How did you land into being an entrepreneur?
Well, after my college, I have been into corporate, so I come from a brand marketing background, and I was out of Assam. I was based in Delhi and Gurgaon, and always wanted to come back home, do something here, something substantial. And then tea was a natural choice. Obviously, there were a couple of events that happened, and then which led to I mean, led to keep thinking over this thing that how what can be done over tea. So Assam is known popularly globally for its tea. So we
Party.
thought what can be done, and that's how there were series of events that happened in between. And then along with my friend Anshuman, who is the co-founder at Ola, and we
Okay.
started our journey with our first initiative, which is known as Tea Leaf Theory in 2016,
Hmm.
and that's how everything started.
Okay. What was it about, like that theory? Tea.
So, in tea leaf theory, what we realize is that Assam tea, even though has got a good presence globally, but it's more as a commodity kind of a tea.
Hmm.
It's used to be a regular kind of breakfast kind of tea, and we thought Assam did not have a space in the specialty market. So, where who buys the specialty? So these are very niche
Hmm.
audiences who buy directly from the tea boutiques, mainly in Europe and North America. So we thought, how do we make
True.
this tea Assam, the specialty grade Assam tea popular there? And that's how we ended up working with different organic farmers right at the base, and started collaborating with them. Started setting up experimental stations. So we also traveled to China to learn about tea, the different kind of teas
Oh,
that are being produced, because they've been producing for more than 5,000 years, and they were
more
the
than
leader.
5,000 years. Yeah, true.
Yes. So that's how we thought we need an exploration journey to understand what tea is all about and how they have been producing tea. So that's how we went there. We learned a little bit about tea and came back and we started researching on it, experimenting on it. That's how we created a B2B model, which is the tea leaf theory, where we uh, act as a sourcing company and work directly with farmers on the ground and research on different production style. And we source teas for these tea boutiques in Europe and North America. So that's how we
Okay.
got right into the grassroots level, started working with a lot of farmers, a lot of workers on ground. And that's how we have created, understood the market. And then we thought, now this is the time to bring in more innovation so that more people would be able to adapt to, bringing high quality, specialty, rare, whole leaf kind of teas. And that's how we shifted to, to another brand which we have named it as Ula, which means happiness in
Oh.
SMEs, and we wanted to create this happy tea experience, and that's how
Okay.
we landed with the first product, TRUEDIPS. So that's the main journey, and that's the reason why we thought innovation was very
Okay.
important.
It's true, it's important. What's the journey like? I know, like, I think to do a business in the tea sector is difficult. Like, there are lots of challenges. Like, you have to, like, take control of your team, you have to take care of the farmers and everything. So, what's the journey like? The challenges that you face?
See, it's a very difficult task, especially when you are doing something which has not been done before. So when I talk about tea leaf theory, first 2 3 years of our life, it was so difficult to take specialty teas from Assam to the world, to those boutiques who have been first. It was very, because our clients were uh, based in a place which was not easy for us to, reach out to first. So only channel to reach out to would be through social media or through emails, and give them an experience of the teas that we are creating. And that's how they have, it takes so much time to validate that yes, Assam can also produce specialty qualities which we have never tasted
Tea.
before. This is such a
True.
different experience. And the 2-3 years of our time has been invested in understanding the psychology of these buyers and their customers, and then develop products for them accordingly, keep the research on. So struggle is there definitely, and then everything takes time at the end of the day, and that's how you learn, you evolve every day. So that's how we have evolved to a a better solution now, which where we when we
Hmm.
found that it's a very niche market for the consumers.
Yeah.
There's a it's a the specialty is a very niche market. The reason where because the brewing was not convenient. So how do we make the brewing
Hmm.
easy? Then there are a lot of consumers who want to know how to brew the teas, how to experience this kind of tea. So there's a
Hmm.
whole journey. We wanted to cut short this whole journey by bringing in more innovation, and that's how every time, every day is a new challenge, because we have been organizing a unorganized segment of the industry who were doing it organically, who used to be farmers selling green leaves in factories, making them into tea producers, and then again, again onboarding more workers to the factory because they are not used to this kind of production. So if you talk about the tea pluggers, they are not used to plugging truly when a but the fine quality that we plug. So it takes time to adapt to all these things.
Time.
It's
True, true.
yeah, it's everyday learning. It's an everyday evolving kind of a journey. So it takes time, and it's still it's very challenging for us still today.
Yeah, true. So, like, what are new things did you learn while when you started this business? Like, anything you would like to share? Something new experience, like being an entrepreneur, being a teapreneur, especially. So, what message would you like to give for the people that is? I think there are lots of like students and lots of entrepreneurs who are doing business in the tea sector. Like lots of are doing different kind of tea and different tea businesses, and they're facing challenges as well. So, what would you like to tell them?
See, tea is definitely a very challenging industry to get into, to be honest,
Mhm.
because Assam alone has been producing 700 million kgs of tea. There's a lot of competition when you talk about or the commodity tea segment. So a lot of entrepreneurs, if you see, has been entering into the specialty tea
Yeah.
segment. So most important thing is to learn what tea is all about, the science, the basics of tea. So once you start working on those areas, once you start building a rapport with the farmers, you come on ground grassroots level, understand how these teas are being produced, how to taste the teas, and what actually works well for the consumer. So when you start a business, for any entrepreneur, it's like I'll buy X amount of teas from here. It's okay.
Mhm.
This is good tea because everyone is saying it's good,
Mhm.
and then I will
Yeah.
blend this with flavors and all, and then sell it. So it's a generic assumption for any entrepreneur, when while starting the
Yeah.
business. But it's very important to go deep down into it, understand why the consumers are consuming any certain quality of teas, and why they would want to upgrade to something else, and how do you create that option in the market. So for any entrepreneur, my suggestion would be, don't get into the norm, don't
Hmm.
get into something which has been done by everyone. Find
Yeah.
gaps in the market to be addressed, and it's not just about the gaps to be addressed in the market, and also the gaps in the ecosystem, because farmers are still struggling to get good price, fair price, workers are struggling to get fair price, and everything
Yeah.
happens only with innovation. So rather than checking out a brand how they are doing it and replicate the same model, my suggestion would be to think innovative way. There's so many things that can be done in tea, and I think
True.
this we need fresh people into the industry to change this whole thing, whole ecosystem.
True. And one of your innovations would be like the TRUEDIPS. Would you like to say
Right,
something
right.
about
So
that? Yeah.
yes, I'm enjoying a cup of TrueDip here. So
Oh wow, looks very pretty.
it opens up very beautifully in a cup. See, we started innovating just because we felt that there is a need. When we develop a product, we think ourselves as a consumer and how it is going to change the experience for me. It's very important to understand as a consumer, not as a producer. I mean, we can create different kind of pieces. So many different options are there. There's still so many different varieties of it. That's fine. But as a consumer, what creates that experience, that quality? We talk about the happy experience that we create. How do we create it? So in TrueDips also same thing happened. We thought that even though in tea leaf theory, since it's a B2B
Mm-hmm.
model, we realized that it's growing at just 25-30% year on year. And there are so many farmers who were converting into organic, and they were looking for a market where they would be able to sell their produce. And that is when we realize that we need to make things easy for the consumers. We need to make adoption easy for the consumer. So here in Ula, what we have done is we have uncomplicated the specialty tea brewing experience. That is one. Secondly, while you talk about tea bags, it has been creating so much problem in the ecosystem and also
True.
to the consumers because it's releasing more than 11.6 billion microplastic. So
True.
it's toxic, right? And every day we have been consuming
Definitely.
so much of microplastics through tea bags. So one thing I've always realized in tea bag is every time we brew a cup of tea from a tea bag, one thing we have in mind, we have already compromised with the quality. So every consumer knows that okay, I'm going to compromise with the quality. I'm every time they brew a cup from a
Mm.
tea bag. So this is what we wanted to do. I mean, you do not have to compromise on the quality. First, you do not have to carry any brewing gadgets along with you to brew. You
Along.
can brew
Yeah.
on the go. You can brew at your workplace. And the best part is you can brew multiple. Like if you're working somewhere, if you have a cup in front of you, you can brew it multiple times from the same dip. You just pour in hot water into it and keep enjoying it. So this is how we're trying to
True.
bring in that whole leaf experience to the consumer.
True. Even I have tried true dips. Thanks to Rupam Da. He gives us true dips sometimes in the morning, and we enjoy that cup of tea a lot. It's very like good for health, I believe. Of course.
And how was your experience?
Really good. I loved it. Good experience. It was refreshing, and it was like good.
And, and, and,
And
and most important part is we are cutting out on the bitter experiences from green, especially the green tea bags. So when you
okay.
brew green tea from tea bags, I mean, it releases very bitter kind of, a
Yeah.
bitter liquor, which is,
Mm-hmm.
unbearable for most of the consumers because they are dropping out from
Yeah.
the green tea thing because it's so bitter. So
Yeah.
shifting from someone from a black tea to something that's so bitter, I mean, it creates a very, negative kind of an experience. So green
True.
tea should not be bitter, to be honest. So what I have in
Yeah.
front of you is a product which is the true whole leaf in its truest form. So now,
Yeah.
whatever you get here is it's the purest and the best form that you'll find in the nature. So it's as simple as that. So if green tea is bitter, it's because of the tea dust that it contains, and tea dust comes
True.
mostly from the tea fibers. So tea fibers are not the leaf particles mostly from the stem part or from the internodes in between. So from where the tea dust comes in, and that's how we want to change the perception that green teas are not supposed to be bitter.
Not supposed to be bitter. Yeah, and we can feel the purity of it when we drink the Ola tea. It's like so smooth. It doesn't
Right.
taste bitter at all. When you talk about sustainability, what's your goal regarding the sustainability? Like, why did you choose to like step into the sustainable future?
See, sustainability is that feel good factor. Me as an
Yeah,
entrepreneur also, and as a consumer also, tomorrow you'd also feel good that you're supporting something
doing
that's
something
sustainable,
for the yeah. Uh-huh.
right? So when you're consuming a tea bag, you know that this is going to a landfill or it would end up reaching the sea at the end of the day. So
True.
first important part is what if the product goes back to the nature from where it has come and contributes in building the nature. For example, the tea dips, it goes back. You can put it in your planter or you could put it anywhere in the nature. It's compostable and it also works as a very good fertilizer for the planters. So
True,
that's
true,
the
true.
most important thing here. So we have always thought that if we are doing something, it has to be sustainable. We are not going to add on to the problems that everyone is facing today. So when we're talking about packaging, we work from a very small town, which Sipsagar in Assam. Finding
Oh,
packaging solutions, printing solutions, it's not easy for us. Initially, obviously, now we have been able to sort out all those supply chain issues. We have been able to sort out now. But initially, it was not easy for us. Finding the packaging, the sachets that we use, finding them was a kind of lot of market research that has gone into it because we have used a sachet which does not have plastic in it. So it's paper, aluminum, and
okay,
a lacquer raising layer for heat sealing.
okay,
So
okay,
it's not that we just end up with that solution. Every day we are trying to evolve with newer solutions, that's available in the market and figure out. So that is one. Second is the packaging that we do not use any laminates on the packaging. So the new retail packaging that we are coming up with, we just use UV prints, for example.
zero plastic.
So we do
I'd
not
say.
use plastics in it,
Yeah.
so that it gets recycled. Even someone is not recycling it, so that it it gets decomposed in the in the soil. It does not create a problem. And that is how we are looking at innovation. So whenever we innovate something, it's at times it's very easy for us to innovate a particular product, but when you start thinking about the packaging part, it's a whole different story for us, because we again need to do the backward engineering to understand
Yeah.
how do we now
True.
replace this with a sustainable packaging solution.
Packaging
So
solution.
currently we are just working on the product and solution, but going forward we are also creating machines. We are creating with we are still doing a lot of R&D in terms of machines, creating machines, and also machines that can use solar power going forward. So we are trying to,
Okay.
in next 2 3 years, we are trying to completely replace the coal or wood with solar power as much as possible. So the research is still
Okay.
on, and that's how we are trying to move. And this is just the first product that we have launched. We have a lot of ideas that in mind, concepts in mind,
It's
because we
coming
are
up.
right at the base, and this is our playground, to research and keep doing it. I mean, keep experimenting with different ideas and concepts to
True.
make
True.
uh, keep doing experience easier for the consumers, and also give back to the ecosystem, to the farmers who are currently I mean is under, the farmers are currently under distress because of the
True.
prices of the teas in auctions, and a lot of other stuff.
And I feel they don't get recognized enough. Like what you're doing for the farmers is really good. I think that gives you a direct connection with the farmers and the business that you're doing. And
Yeah.
regarding the innovations, that's what businesses should be about, I feel. Like you should come up with something new. Like you cannot just have one thing and then you run it all throughout your life. You have to do something new to get the customers hooked to you and also to like do something new for everyone.
Right.
And
Right.
while I say your products are like throughout globally, you send out products globally. How do you receive like the customers globally? How are you receiving feedbacks from them?
Okay, so currently we our products are available in Canada and Australia. So
Okay.
we have distributors there who distribute, and from through them we get the feedback from consumers, and then
Okay.
we work on the product accordingly. We do not get a lot of feedback on the product, but we get more feedback on the packaging part. So how can you make it more and more
Yeah.
sustainable? So product is
Okay.
anyways very much different, and very much different than any other tea
Yeah,
in
it's
the world,
very
right? So
lively.
world's
It's
first
very
package.
colorful. It's
So
very pretty. Yeah.
so we get a lot of feedback in terms of packing sizes, in terms of the packaging material, that is being used. That's one. What we generally do is every time we get a feedback from them, we start working on it. So it's a good insight. I mean, these are all learnings for us. At the end of the day, we are a very new company, and we are very much new in the industry. So we are also trying to change the norm of the industry every day. So we'll
Yeah.
have to keep on evolving, and that's how we keep on. That is one way. Secondly, we are also planning to launch it in US through Amazon and
Okay.
through online store.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. In
Okay.
coming 1 or 2 will be there. And getting in touch with consumers are generally easy if it's purchased directly through online store. If they have a direct connect with us, they can email it to us, they can WhatsApp to us. So that's how we are in touch with the consumers.
Okay. So regarding the future, what are your future goals? Like in 2 3 years or sometime in the future, where would you like to like see yourself and Ulapi?
So when you talk about goals, we divide the goals into two
Yeah.
different parts. One is what different products that we can grow, how we can change the experience of the consumers. And secondly, how we can change the lives of these people who are at the back end, right? So
Yeah.
when you ask
Sure.
me about goals, I would have two different pictures of same. So currently, we are employing more than 150 rural women.
Oh wow.
These are the women who used to stay at their houses while their husband would go out looking
Okay.
for a work, or either they used to be a daily wage worker, or they are associated with some other plantations. Or so these are we have been trying to generate employment for these women, and we have always tried to encourage fair wages, which is up and above the industry standards. So to make their lives
Okay.
easier. Uh, Thirdly, we also try and support their children's education. So we support them with
Oh.
stationery, books, and is required. So most of the stuff they get it from schools nowadays, from government schools.
Okay.
The government supports a good way, to be honest. But whatever extra is needed, we try and support them as we grow. We try and share a part of our profits with them. So our plan in next 3 years is to create employment for at least 1,000 more people in the ecosystem with fair wages,
Okay.
and also create good environment for children to for their education. And when I talk about products, in next 3 years we are going to launch a couple of more disruptive products that would make tea brewing
Okay.
more easier, try
Okay.
and create different experience that that makes it easy for anyone to. So currently obviously we do have product which can be consumed on the go, but we'd want to come up with more innovations which are again going to be first of its kind in the world. So we are looking at creating a consumer base of at least around 2 million consumer base in next 2 years from now.
Yeah, that's really great. And the initiatives with the children and the women, it's, it's a really good initiative. I think everyone should out there should do something like this. And regarding the consumers, regarding the green tea, right? So do you think like it's difficult to get people hooked to green tea? Like I know that people, Assamese people, are all about the gakhir sa, they want that karak chai. But do you think like to bring people to consume something healthy, which yeah, of course, the people, the crowd that loves gakhir sa, there are some a different crowd of altogether. Like is it difficult to bring them into like this healthy drink, to pull them to this healthy drink?
So see,
Do you have some
one hand,
plans? Yeah.
you have almost answered your own question. For example, it's difficult
Yeah.
to shift from someone to Kakisa or milk
Yeah,
tea
Krisa.
to green tea, right? But we are not
True,
trying to do
true,
that, to be honest. So we are just trying to bring better experience to the existing consumers who have been drinking green tea. So
green tea.
there are so many consumers who have already shifted to green tea, but it does not necessarily mean that shifting to green tea. There are consumers who are drinking black milk tea, but they also drink green tea at the end of because they want green
True,
tea for
true.
detoxing. I mean, they know it's good for health.
It's good
It
for
has
health.
got amazing antioxidant properties, and also there are consumers who would be drinking both the tea. So we are not concerned about shifting anyone. So it's their personal choice. We are just giving them a better experience. Whoever is drinking green tea,
Yeah.
you just try out green tea and you will know the difference. That's what our
Yeah,
brand is all about.
true. So if I like to buy a,
And we are not just selling green tea. We have black teas also.
oh yeah,
Excuse
black tea
me.
is also. Yeah.
Yeah, we have black teas also. We have white teas also. So we have
Okay.
but these teas are not meant to be brewed with milk. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I think we have discussed a lot of questions. Lot of the session is pretty good. So a final message that you would like to give out there.
See, final message to whom? To the viewers or
To the viewers, like I can see lots of them are commenting about like they are loving the session, loving the tea talks. Your tea speaks volume for itself. Great product, totally worth it. I think that's pretty good feedback. And many of them has tasted Ula tea.
thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for such lovely comments. And keep enjoying Ulati and would love to hear back from you. Please keep sharing your suggestions or feedbacks so that we could improve the quality. It's not that we are not trying. Every year, this year also, we have brought in a couple of more steps in the production style to change the quality, enhance the quality more. We are also evolving every day, but we want to
True,
hear from you to create more
true.
blends. So we want to come up with more flavors and all. So we keep getting requests for consumers. So keep
And
sharing
if
your ideas or solutions. We'd love to hear from you.
and if anyone wants to buy the product, your product, one has to buy from the website. Uh, Directly from the website for now.
Currently, we are selling only through our website and also available in
Okay.
Flipkart and Amazon.
Okay.
The first is, I think, from our website, we'll get the fastest delivery through our website. So
Okay.
because we ship that in wherever it's serviceable. So our
Okay.
website address is you will find in the profile. It's Ula
Yeah. Yeah.
TWOOLAH.com. So you could come and
.com.
place your order. Yeah, we generally try and ship within the same day if the order is placed before 12 p.m. Uh, and if it's placed after that, we ship the next day. And we generally use, as I said, we use Blue Dart, and it takes around 4 to 5 days to reach any tier one city, any metro city in India.
Okay. And yeah, you have also been to Dubai Expo. How was your experience there at the expo?
yeah, Dubai has been a very different kind of an experience. I mean, especially the Dubai Expo. So, excuse me. So
Yeah.
this was an event which was sponsored by the government, and it was in Startup India's initiative where each of the states were asked to send their successful startups. So we were a part of those. I mean, we are part of it. I mean, a shortlisted batch of startup who have been
Okay.
sent to Dubai. So we had a couple of meetings with investors from the and got to know about different startups that are doing, and also have been able to interact with different startups from India as well. And otherwise, Dubai Expo is more about every country, displaying their uh, displaying. I mean, showing the country through just one, So it's not more of an exhibition kind of where to sell product, but we got an opportunity. We had an innovation bus by Startup India, wherein we were given an opportunity to display our products and display our story there. So it was a wonderful, enriching experience for us. We have been able to create some connect with different business partners there to scale up. So let's see. We are still in discussion with a couple of them. So we also are
Okay.
also planning to launch it in Dubai very soon. So let's see.
And we were really proud of you as well, like representing India and Assam, and especially Assam tea getting recognized throughout the world nowadays. Like people from UK, US, everyone's now getting into Assam tea. They know about Assam tea for sure. So it's really
Yes,
great,
yes.
and yeah, and even Ula
We're just
tea
trying to
going
give the
global.
another side. We're just trying to share the another side of Assam story, Assam tea, basically the specialty experience. So everyone was
Actually,
used to drink the regular CTC and orthodox tea. So people did not,
true,
consumers never knew, or even the sellers, even the buyers did not know that Assam tea could taste so different when it's specialty and
different.
when it's wholly. So that's how we are trying to bring it. And since the innovation happened in Assam, so it is also in a way increasing the consumption of Assam tea. So we are currently producing only in Assam. So anyone
Okay.
switching to a sustainable tea dip, or a tea dip that, or a green tea or a black tea that tastes so exotic and delicate, uh, the only choice they have is Assam tea, and that's how they are also in a way consuming more Assam tea.
True, true, very true. I think our conversations comes to an end with this. It was lovely talking to you. The session is so, so great. And the things that we discussed, the things that we talked, the sustainability and everything, I think many people didn't know about it. Now they got to know about it. And to all the viewers as well, please do try Ula tea. It's actually really great. You would actually know the difference when you try
Thank you so much for this insightful session. I mean, it's a
it.
very good opportunity for us also to share our story with the
Share
rest
your
of this
story.
world, and
True.
also I think should also we as a founder, we should also create more videos around what we are doing, how it is being done, and the quality what goes into your cup. People should also get to experience. So I think this has given me more,
Definitely.
I'm also currently getting an idea that we should also start something on our own, so that consumers gets to know what goes to your cup directly
True,
from the.
true. You should. True. So for more future sessions, I hope to see you again. I
Sure,
will
sure,
try
definitely
to
would love to.
connect. You're a very,
Thank you
very
so
busy
much.
person, I know, but thank you for sparing some time. And it was a lovely session. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
having
much.
coming.
Thank you so much. It was really
Thank you.
lovely
Thank
catching up with you guys. And thank you so much to all the viewers here. And please keep sharing your suggestions, feedback. That would only be possible if you buy a pack of Ula. So,
True.
so please log into our website, ulati.com, and do share your suggestions and feedback. Would love to hear from you.
Thank you. Have a nice day and have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye bye.
Thank
See ya.
you. Bye bye. Bye. See ya.